This is the photographer's seat. You're looking beautiful today, Timber Frame. You're looking beautiful. Don't worry, I got that camera set up for you. I got a time-lapse camera, battery card,
nice.
Formatted to card, brand new battery.
Awesome, you rock.
We're killing it. We're getting good at this. I also got your quick draw monopod.
Nice.
Which is important when using a long gun like that. Yes, we're gonna go exploring. We've got to get finished loaded, and then I gotta take the trailer off. We're out of here.
Sounds good. Which jacket do I want? This one. Whoa!
What'd you get?
I have no idea what that is.
I know, right?
It's very alert though.
It looks like a vulture, like a turkey vulture or something.
Bumped the exposure up to 2, which is insane. Like, look at him.
Wow. Yeah, he's got like really long wings.
He's just sitting there with them, and every once in a while he'll lift a wing up.
It does. It looks like a turkey vulture kind of.
He's very aware of what's going on around him.
Oh, he's very smart. Nice catcher. Let's roll, huh?
Okay.
I wonder if that turkey vulture knows that there's an owl on top of this power pole over there, and maybe he's like way up high giving the owl like this crazy stink eye. Wouldn't that be a riot? Owl will keep that vulture busy for hours if that's true. So it looks like Alyssa's mom is performing bird research for us, and I would agree with your mom that there's a good chance that bird was a juvenile bald eagle or something in that family.
Maybe that's why his wings are so big. He needs to grow into them.
So we'll have to debate this on a short hike. We're gonna see if we can go up to a waterfall that we really enjoy. We've got a new toy that we're hoping will make going on walking adventures more fun. We added a more portable drone to our toolkit, and so far one of my favorite things is how portable the charging and everything is. We can actually plug the charger into our pickup's inverter, and so we can charge between shooting locations. With our old drone, that was something that we struggled with, was batteries. There was just some sort of issue where even if we flew for 2 minutes, we couldn't, even though the battery might have like 90% left, we didn't think it was safe to take off again, because we had some issues when we were filming the spring flooding where we would take off with a 95% battery and the drone would want to land. It was like an emergency landing, and one time it almost happened in the slough or a river. So we were just paranoid of that. So I guess the moral of the story is, like, we like to take off with a full battery, and this allows us to do that. Have you had any of your hot cocoa yet?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah. Do you remember the last time we were here? We talked about the rut-row whistle?
Yeah.
What kind of whistle?
Rut-row.
What's that for?
Like, you're in trouble and you say, rut-row. We don't have that this time.
Snowed on.
It's just smooth.
Would you say that's like having a shoulder to lean on?
Like, not everything's in the frame. It's so sensitive.
Oh yeah, it's a macro lens, right? So its focal point is like really small. It's pretty good. Wow, that's pretty. If anybody's wondering how close she is to the bark, like,
am I pretty close?
You're like within 1.5 inches of the bark.
Wow. No wonder.
And I'm 2 feet from you, and you're filling up the entire frame. Yeah.
watch you fly.
Oh, it's so stable.
It's so quiet, I could hardly hear you on there.
I can't hardly find it. It's like, yeah, I have to use the map and all that to find it, yeah. So I think that's really cool. And it's very stable even when it's not in GPS mode. So it can drift just a little bit, but it's not terrible, you know?
Jesse and I feel that trips like this are very important to us, very rewarding to the soul. We are not just home builders or homesteaders or whatever some people label us as. We are creators. Jesse and I are both very creative people. Outside of our YouTube channel, we love film and photography and making things, I guess. So trips like this really allow us to explore our equipment and try new ideas that we otherwise don't have time for when we're building a house. Oftentimes in our projects, it's everything in us to just document the minimum. There's not a lot of room for creativity. We try to throw a little bit in there because we really feel it helps to enhance the story. If I'm honest, a small part of me inside has always had a beef with photography and videography because you're creating emotion. It's not enough to simply take out a camera and take a shot of whatever is there. But in my opinion, nothing on film or in a photograph will ever come close to what you see in real life. So by getting some of these creative angles and effects, you're really only trying to show people what it's really like to be there. When you're there, you notice the details in the bark or the pine needles, but in a photograph it's really hard to convey that. That's why I think to Jesse and I, video is probably our favorite medium, because you can really tell the whole story. Here's waterfall number 1 of the day. 1 of 1, 1 of 2, 1 of 3. Stick around and find out. Wow, so beautiful. Yeah. You gonna do it?
I don't know, what do they think?
I think they should. I think that's the only reason they're watching.
They're only watching to see me crash our new drone in the same waterfall that I almost crashed our other drone into last time. You guys are like, what's the word? I don't have a word. My vocabulary is not good today. So I guess I'll fly the drone instead.
Here's my goodie bag of lenses to play with. Oh yeah. Getting up there in our collection. Believe it or not, all of these have a very different purpose. I think I'll play with you first. He's going in. Man, can't walk, it's so slippery.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
This thing is a dream.
Did you get some good footage?
Oh, I hope so. It just looks so good. But it flies so stable. Yeah, like last year I just remember this white knuckle ride, like,
oh yeah.
It was a little windy that day too, if I remember right, but this thing just, it's fun. It's good. Bye, waterfall. We'll probably see you about this time next year.
With our new camera gear in here.
With some sort of new technology.
With the DJI 5 Pro.
5000 Pro Extra.
So if I would have told you a year ago when we went on this hike that we would end up going to Maine, flying to Maine, building a timber frame in a week, and that we would meet Shelter, the beautiful people at Shelter, and they would help us start our home that year, what would you have said?
I don't think I'd believe it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
To think that 1 year ago we were standing here and we weren't sure where we would be in 1 year. And now
I think what we're proving to ourselves time and time again is when doors of opportunity open, walk through them, and you never know what's on the other side, but you're never sad that you walk through the door.
But we had to start walking. We had to just go down the path. And our path has not been straight, but here we are a year later. And yeah, if you'd have told us a year ago, we'd be standing right here. We'd be like, what?
The scary thing is what will happen in 1 year. That's really scary.
Maybe we should make a thing to come here every year and just be like, dude.
It's like our post New Year's hike.
Exactly. Well, thanks for coming on this journey with me. It's been a crazy journey.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else brave enough to stay in the saddle this long. Or crazy.
I'm brave and hardworking.
Brave or
that's
crazy.
not all I got going for me.
I've had many coaches in my life, and they've said they'd rather coach hard workers than talented people any day.
We fit the bill.
All right, let's go. Oh, you gotta go with us too, okay? All right, come on, come on. Oh, there's a chipmunk. There's a little chipmunk. It's going right by you. Oh, he's running right on top of the snow.
Little rats.
Oh yeah, they run.
They are so sneaky.
Got it.
Man.
Alyssa worries that she has some sort of negative polarizing effect on birds
Wildlife.
Because when she comes around, they all just skedaddle.
You don't even have to make much noise, just your feet walking on the pavement.
Yeah.
You don't scare them away, but it's just subtle like pressure you're putting on the whole ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
And it all just like shifts away
The universe
from you.
knows you're there.
To the center of the river.
Everybody to the middle of the river. Hey everybody, you want to go to the other side of the river? Why? Because Alyssa's here.
Well, it's like I'm that like creepy person.
Yeah.
And parents don't really tell you, but they just kind of like
Everybody starts
urge you
walking the other way.
Yeah.
Alyssa spotted two birds sitting next to each other. What?
Zoom lens Alyssa is worse than Forager Alyssa.
That's probably true. We should
Wow,
not
right
take
there's
Alyssa. Zoom lensing and
I have a
foraging.
strategy. I get like an acceptable shot, and then I get braver and braver and braver until they fly away. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come to me, my pretties. You're like having a
Holy
little bald eagle date.
I have to zoom out because your lens is so big. She's going in.
I totally got it. It's so good.
Oh,
They flew away,
they did. I saw
but
that.
I got really freaking close.
Really?
So close.
I saw you like take a good shot and then go a little closer and gamble.
Yeah,
take a good shot.
They got me a lot closer than I thought, and I'm so sad I didn't get him flying away. At one point, he like stretched his talon out, and you could hear it like.
Really? So those same two birds are just off of our. Is that starboard? Gosh, I need to brush up on my boat terminology. They're actually standing over the top of each other in this tree over here, and you're not going to be able to see them because I'm using the widest lens we have. But they didn't go far. Oh, Alyssa really wants to stop again. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.